What is going
I
on,
ain't
good
ready.
people? What? I didn't know what you said. What did you say?
I ain't ready.
You's ready. You've been ready. Anyway, what is going on, good people? We are back to talk a little bit about our top moments for Impact Wrestling this year. We talked about the Slammies. We did the Slammies for like the entire wrestling world, or at least the stuff we've watched this year. And we decided that we wanted to do Impact too, since people tend to like our Impact discussions on the channel. So I thought it would be a good idea to at least kind of break down how we felt about Impact this year. I guess we can go with overall thoughts for Impact Wrestling for 2018, and I would have to go. It was kind of back and forth for me, right? Like there were times where I was like, "Yeah, I'm excited," but I think I still don't think Impact has gotten to that point where kind of where it was a couple of years ago, where we were like we were excited to watch every single show. I think this is the most Impact Wrestling shows I've missed uh, throughout a year in a long time, simply because I just wasn't really as invested as I usually am. But I mean, overall, it was an okay year. I think the end of the year kind of has kind of messed them up too with moving to Pursuit or whatever it's called, Pursuit Channel, Pursuit Network, whatever it's called. I don't even know how to get it. I don't know where to get it. So my standing for watching Impact in 2019 is kind of up in the air. But I've done it before without having a channel, so I make it work somehow, some way. But overall, 2018, I thought it was a good year, but I thought at the same time it wasn't where it needed to be. I don't think. I still don't think it was necessarily where it needed to be. It was very confusing at times. There were some things we didn't really like. We didn't really want to watch. It had some good moments where you were like, yeah, I want to go back and watch that. But at the same time, it had some moments where you could literally turn the TV off and be okay and not watch it. So Casey, overall thoughts on Impact Wrestling for 2018?
I thought it was okay. It's not. It's not one of the promotions that I would have been like, oh, you have to, consistently watch this every week. There's other more consistent shows that I would have said to watch, but and I don't think anything particularly bad happened this year that made it not that great of a year. I think it's just the typical Impact stuff, not being consistent, switching channels all the time.
Yeah, I think too, Casey. I think this year, and what I'm proud of them about is that they went all in on this like rebuild, right? I think in 2017 we kind of talked about them changing the Impact Wrestling, and really officially changing and saying, Impact TNA is dead, TNA is dead. I think they officially did that in 2017, right?
Yeah, but and that's something I don't necessarily agree with. I don't think they should completely try to or should have tried to completely kill off what Impact was.
Well, they don't because they're still trying to promote this app.
Yeah, it should have just been a kind of a changing of the guard kind of thing. The new generation coming in. That's what I think, they should be doing and should try to do. Because that's really what's going on. It's, a lot of the originals are gone, so now you have to move on to the next generation of, Impact. But like I said, the year was okay. It just there wasn't really anything that was like, oh my god, I'm gonna remember that forever. I don't remember things like the next week sometimes.
Uh, Rabbit, thoughts on Impact Wrestling for 2018?
Man, if you love mic work, you love storylines, and you love great wrestling, you did not like no show that came on this year at all. It's got to be from 1 to 10. This whole year got to be like a 4.5 at the most, and I'm being real generous with that. We talking about the mic work is terrible. You got one person on the whole roster, maybe two, that's grade A on the mic. Then you got storylines that's not consistent, it's colluded, it cuts short, mixed up with players. Crazy, crazy year of mediocre wrestling. This was just the worst wrestling show, have to be, and I don't really watch too many. This got to be the worst wrestling show right now out of all wrestling shows. Period. Now that's coming from me, the man that started TNA Talk. You know what I'm saying? When TNA, I love TNA Slim. You know what I'm saying? You'll never hear me say what I just said. All that right there, the mediocre mic work, man, is terrible, man. The storylines, the writing is terrible. It just, you cannot like this. If you like this, you know, then that's the problem we have. This the disconnect we have. You know what I'm saying? Because it's no way on God's green earth a wrestling fan gonna tell me that this year right here, since Dixie left, or a year and a half, this wrestling has been better than the wrestling before. You can't do it. Them shows, you can't tell me these shows are better than those shows. You can't tell me the wrestling is better than those shows. You can't tell me the storylines are better. With a straight face, you can't tell me that. You see what I'm saying? So, what I'm looking at now is a dying product that I said before when Dixie left, that everything is changing in professional wrestling as we know it. You know what I'm saying? It sounded funny at the time, but right now, when you look at it, the landscape of wrestling is just plain WWE. And that's a problem. You see what I'm saying? That's a problem for me. And maybe millions and other wrestling fans that cannot sit there and watch WWE on a regular basis. They need other alternatives of professional wrestling. And once Dixie rolled out, who is more of a competitor, not just a person that's trying to have a wrestling show, just trying to float along the lines. She was a competitor, doing things that was against the grain, doing things, competing, trying to compete against a bigger company. You got people now just doing this now. It's just floating. They just there. It's just a wrestling show and put wrestling on it. You know, there's no emphasis on trying to be good. There's no emphasis on wrestling. There's no emphasis on trying to be better product than a bigger product. WWE. So now you're going to a channel that nobody never heard of. Sooner or later, you're just going to be on YouTube. You see what I'm saying? So that's where we at. That's where we at now with this whole year since Dixie left. Complete garbage. DJ?
You know,
Speaking of mic work, who got a pop in promo class Sunday? This guy.
That's what's up.
This guy.
Hey,
that's what's up.
You know. Yeah,
again, you have to let me write some of your promos, dog. You know?
I got it.
I'm gonna tell you some real good stuff.
I definitely agree with that point, Rabbit.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, if they went to YouTube, that would probably be the best thing that they've done in years, because at least everyone could then watch it, and it might get their ratings up. Let's be honest.
Maybe they should go with like go to the website or something.
Stop.
I don't know. Like I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I just think it hurts them. To me, I think it hurts them to go. I can't play right now, Raven. I think it hurts them. Of course, of all the time she wants to play, now would be the time. But I think it hurts them to go to these other networks that don't make any sense, that people can't get, and like I don't even know. Like I don't understand why they can't branch out a little bit more and find something else. Like I understand. I don't get it.
It would be smart for them to either like go to something like YouTube or go on the website, because at the end of the day, that's where society is going. Everyone's watching everything on their tablets, on their phone, on their computer. Just make it easier that way. A lot of people are getting rid of their cable in favor of Netflix, Hulu, WWE Network, things like that. So why not just go that way?
That means it's over. All right, once that happens, it's over now for real. It's on Lifeline, but it go to YouTube. The party is over. One thing about being on a network, you get promoted. You see what I'm saying? You go on YouTube, all that's on you to do. If you're on a network like USA, you're gonna get promoted whether you trying to promote or not. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna have you on their like lineup. You're gonna be on their TV lineup all day until it's time for you to come on. Whether you promote it or not. You see what I'm saying? Far as traveling, they help you with the traveling. You got road shows. You can't do all that on YouTube. You need money for stuff like that. So if you're on YouTube, now you're in Backyard Bob's Wrestling. Now you're really off the map. You really got to stay in Backyard Bob's Wrestling to be on YouTube. Because you can't pay for nobody to be traveling nowhere. You see what I'm saying? That's the main thing about being on a station. You got to be on a network or the party is over. DJ?
To kind of piggyback on that point, I think to me, and this just I think it's just a personal thing. I think if Impact decided to go full-fledged internet, full-fledged Hulu, full-fledged Netflix or something like that, I think they should try to strike a deal with one of these to kind of be the only one, because that would be cool to be the only wrestling company on Netflix, the only wrestling company not on Hulu. I can't. WWE, I think WWE was on Hulu. They might not still be on Hulu. I can't think right off if they are, but it would be cool for that. But I think to me, it feels like they would be giving up if they gave up the TV deal, because you still have people who watch TV. Like, I mean, I still watch TV religiously. I still have shows that I have on DVR every single week that I watch. And my whole thing is, like, I understand like what Casey is saying when he says that, that's kind of the way of the world. That's where people are going. But at the same time, for me, and I know for a lot of other people, if you go away from TV, I probably won't watch you anymore. And that's happened to me on a couple of different occasions with some of my favorite shows where I just stopped watching them because they just weren't on TV anymore. Exactly. Casey, do you have anything else to say before we move on to the? I mean, I guess we're gonna move on to kind of our favorite matches.
Yeah.
So you got something else to say, or you said yeah, like you had something else to say, but you didn't say the words. You just said one word. And, okay, favorite matches of the year. Favorite matches of the year. By far, I think, and I'm just gonna go with one match, not necessarily my favorite matches, because I mean there were some good matches throughout the year, but my favorite match was Cage versus Lashley, the first one, and I said that last night on the Slammies too. But it was a great match. Like, it was just a really good match. I felt like Lashley came out and he had to step up his game to kind of step up with what Cage was doing, the way Cage wrestles, the hybrid style that Cage has. So I think that was one of my favorite matches of the year. LAX versus OVE was really good. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was a good match. I'm trying to think if it was just a normal match or if it was some sort of specialty match, but either way, it was good. I always love that. Casey, any thoughts on matches of the year that you felt like were good matches for Impact, or do you not have any, or how
me on Emma for a second. See, and this is another thing. Sorry, Impact fans, but there hasn't been any like matches that jumped out to me that I'm gonna like remember. I mean, yeah, there's been good matches, but like nothing like that. I'm like, oh my god, I remember that match. Like nothing like Jericho Omega from Wrestle Kingdom, or nothing like Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa. There's been nothing that's been like, wow. I mean, I guess I would have to go with Cage Lashley, because Cage beat him clean twice, and
fluke.
But yeah, there's been good matches, just none that are like really I'm gonna remember the entire year, and that's just the way the writing is going with Impact.
Okay, Rabbit.
Let's kind of touch on what I was saying from the beginning, that the wrestling is just mediocre. That's why you don't remember none of them. But my favorite match is Eli Drake and A Double Joint, man. Man, they had a nice match. Well, man, Drake had that no touch suplex when he jumped up the top rope, ain't touched none of the rope, and suplexed him, man. That joint was pretty, man. That's one match right there I like with Drake and A Double. A Double had another match. I can't remember what it was though, but Drake and A Double joint was nice. That joint was sweet. DJ.
Already moving into let's go into like male wrestlers for this year. And I guess that kind of goes into faces and heels too a little bit. But I think as far as male wrestlers that kind of got me, I loved Sami Callihan, and I kind of put him in one. He was probably like my heel of the year for Impact this year. From the beginning with the hitting Eddie Edwards with the bat and using that to build his heat, and kind of continuing throughout, with that throughout. But at the same time, I thought Sami Callihan was underutilized the whole year. It felt like he never got title shots. He never got a title run, even though it felt like he was a top heel all year. He never really got any chances, I didn't feel like. So that was one of the guys that really sticks out to me as far as the males are concerned. I think Johnny Impact did some good things throughout the year as far as like in the ring.
Now, is this the male wrestler of the year or male wrestler of the year?
Yeah. Who you think is the male wrestler of the year? I wouldn't put Sami Callihan as my male wrestler of the year though. Like if I'm going male wrestler of the year for Impact, man, I have to really think about that now. You might have to come back to me if we going realistically just male wrestler of the year. I might have to really think about that one. Casey, I'm gonna skip myself real quick.
I'm gonna skip myself too because I gotta think about it too.
All right, Rabbit, I think is on it for us because I gotta think about that.
Male wrestler of the year. Me personally, I'm gonna say EC3 because even though he was on his way out and they was giving him garbage, he was still cutting them precise grade A promos, man. And he was precise in the ring. And he was professional the whole time, even though he was on his way out. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, he stayed on his level that he was on, even though he was being pushed to the back burner. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to explain that. But he's being pushed back to the back burner. I guess they was getting rid of him at the time. But at the same time, he was still the best mic work on a show, the best crisp wrestling combo with the mic work. So to me, it's EC3, man. Before he left, matter of fact, for the year, he the best wrestler for TNA Impact for the year. For me personally, EC3.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with Eli Drake actually. He might have got my rest of the year last year. I think I can't remember right off who I said was Impact's
last
year. I can't. It might have been last year. I can't remember. But I think it was Eli Drake because he finally got that title run. He did lose it pretty early in the year. I'm pretty sure, but he stepped up his game like you said in that match against Austin Aries. He stepped up his game, and then he had some good stuff, I think, until maybe a little bit recently where it felt like he just was kind of floundering a little bit. But, like for the most part of the year, for 8 to 9 months of the year, I think he was impressive, and I enjoyed him. Casey?
Tough. I think I got to go with it. I'm gonna have to go with Santana.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, he's in a tag team, and that kind of, you don't get to really show off yourself as much. But I feel like the matches he's been in, we've always been impressed with what he can do. So I got to go with Santana.
Okay.
Now, saying from the beginning that they need to break up, and Santana was the star of that team. Now, go ahead, DJ.
All right, jumping into female wrestler of the year. I guess we are going to go categories now since I got them in front of my face. We can do it. Female wrestler of the year. Obviously, I'm going with Tessa Blanchard. I mean, I wanted to go Scarlett. Though I did. I thought about it. I did. I wanted to go Scarlett. Because Scarlett, every time she was on the screen, you had to look. Every time. even on Instagram, you had to look, bro. You know, like she just had you mesmerized, man. Anyway, but no, female wrestler of the year for Impact is Tessa Blanchard because, like I said, the reason she's female wrestler of the year, period, is because she came on the scene and absolutely just changed everything. You know, you felt like there was a difference in the knockouts division because she was there. You know, you felt like the title was important because she had it. Still my favorite promo of all time. But you felt like, you know, she really elevated the knockouts division. And you know, I think I'm excited to see what they do with her next year, and also what they do with some of the others in the knockouts division too. As far as like, you know, Kiera Hogan, who I know Rabbit loves, and you know who they kind of bring in. I hope they bring in people that's actually going to stay, because I think we talked about it before. It felt like with the knockouts division, people were coming in and then they was gone before we knew it. So, you know, I guess we'll see what they do with Sue Young. Apparently, Rosemary's still there. So, what they're going to do with her, I haven't watched Homecoming yet, so I don't necessarily know anything about that. If anything may have happened, you know, so apparently she's still there, even though she hasn't been actually there. So, it'll be interesting though. But Casey.
I think you got to go with Tessa. She's been the most consistently booked, you know, consistently on TV. I mean, there's others that are good. I think Ty is still good. I think obviously Rosemary's good, Allie's good. I just feel like they haven't been as consistently on TV and in matches as Tessa Blanchard has. So I got to go with Tessa.
Rabbit, I think they might get a sweep here.
That's a no-brainer right there. It's a trifecta. Precise on the mic, grade A, platinum on the mic, vicious, aggressive, physical in the ring. I can't. I'll go all night, just like I used to do Bobby Roode. I can't do it. I'll be going all night. Go ahead, DJ.
Return of the year, I think I'm gonna skip just because I don't think there were really any big returns besides Aries. Like, I don't know if there were. I mean, I think he was literally the only one that returned this year. Maybe like Tyre returned late, but like, was it a big return or was it just a return? You know, like,
yeah,
Gail Kim.
Yeah, Gail Kim came, but it still won't like, oh, you know, like it didn't like shock and awe you. I didn't feel like. Feud of the year. Feud of the year.
LAX versus LAX. I mean,
you know, serious. Anyway, you know, true. I think I'm Rabbit ain't gonna like me for this one, but I'm gonna go with this one anyway. I'm going with my feud of the year is gonna be Eddie Edwards and Sami Callihan. Cause the reason I go with that one is I know, you know, Rabbit thinks to drop the ball with Eddie Edwards, but I've liked Eddie Edwards throughout this whole thing. You know, I guess I've been kind of the odd man out on that one. I've liked Eddie Edwards throughout the whole thing with the little crazy attitude and whatnot. And I think even Casey has said he likes the little, you know, different little nuances where he kind of goes back to himself a little bit, but then at the same time he's still a little bit deranged. And you know, and this is what I talked about with Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. When Eddie Edwards was hurt, like obviously they take the show, so it's a little bit different, but still. But then again, it's harder because they don't have. So you know they don't have all that space, that literal time space to let people heal up. So I think with this one, I love how even when Eddie Edwards was hurt, they still found a way to build it. Even when Eddie Edwards wasn't in the building, they still found a way to build it. Whether that be through TMZ, which was I thought was a cool moment throughout the year. You know, whether it be with Sami Callihan kind of going back to the back, referring back to that. Sami Callihan continuing to build himself as a heel. All of that was great. I loved it. I thought it was great. And it was my favorite feud of the year. Casey, are you ready, or should I skip to Rabbit?
I think I'm gonna go with LAX OVE. Two of my favorite tag teams. I liked, what the things that they did. I feel like it didn't last long enough. Like, and the whole tag team division has been like kind of crazy this year, where like they'll start a feud and then all of a sudden they're in another feud, and you're like, wait, what? Wait, but they what? But hold up. And I don't even know who the tag team champions are anymore. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if anyone wants to tell me because I probably, but I don't.
Yeah, it was LAX coming into Homecoming.
Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
All right. Rabbit, feud of the year.
I'm going to go the same thing, man, because by default, it was basically the main feud almost the whole year. So I'm going to go with them too because they had the most airtime and most matches. They dominated the air screen with that feud. But and the wrestling was good. They had Callahan, one of the top heels. So it was nice. It was a nice feud. I get it. That one right there, I might agree with right there. DJ.
Tag team of the year. I feel like I almost want to skip this because I feel like there ain't enough. like there, like, and it feel like you said, and LAX was the only ones really on the screen this year, and OVE. So like you kind of got a 50-50 chance of who you want. Let's be honest. That's kind of how it is. Like I kind of want
literally 4. I looked. There's 4.
I think we're just gonna skip that one. I guess we'll go for this one, Mr. Overlooked, kind of underrated rest of the year, Mr. Overlooked, or Mrs. Overlooked, if you want to go with that as well. I don't know. Like, I think I really don't know with this one. I really don't. I think I almost want to go with Cage a little bit because, and I'm talking about X Division Champion Cage. Because I felt like he ain't really been able to really do anything as X Division Champion. So it feels like he's not really getting the recognition he deserves because I don't think he's really been able to do anything with the title. If I had to go with a second, I think I'd go with Moose because he really hasn't had a title run, this year. I think he might. I don't even remember. No, I don't think he had a title run this year. He went in Aries faction for a little bit. He turned heel, which I like. But other than that, like I don't think they really did anything with him this year. Like they kind of kept him on the back burner a little bit. Whereas I think the year before, as a face, he was like one of the top baby faces. So it kind of, I don't know. That was a tough one. Casey.
I'm gonna have to do 2. I'm gonna go. My first one is gonna be Killer Cross because when he first came in, I was excited about it. I thought, oh man, this is gonna be something different, something interesting. And then they immediately put him with Aries, and he got lost, in the shuffle, put on the back burner. Aries left. Now he finally is able to kind of come back in the forefront. So I think he was misused a little bit there. But also, I think DJ gonna agree with me because he didn't think about this one, and I can't believe he didn't think about this one. Trevor Lee.
True. Yeah. Very much. Very much so. And he's on his way out, so that kind of.
And that's why.
He won't really get that redemption, I guess you could say. Rabbit, anybody you got on the overlooked list?
Yeah, underrated. That's funny because when you say Trevor Lee, my tag team is Dakota Lee. Because he had a little coat that, and him and my man they purified wrestlers, man. I like that combination together. But underrated, I gotta go with 2. First one, I can't believe DJ ain't coming with this boy right here. It's Kong. He's completely underrated.
Oh, come on, dang! I miss Kong.
Kong. Oh. You cannot believe that this man, his size, agility, and when he come off the top rope all the way over to the other side with the elbow, nasty. He should have been put to the forefront, main events, some more. He was completely underrated. That right there is, you can make like I was telling you before when he was wrestling, man. My man over there in WWE be slobbing out the mouth to get somebody like that. The man, the agility he got for his size is ridiculous. And then my other person is, y'all ain't gonna know this one here, but it's the beautiful one, Abyss, another underrated wrestler, because Mike work, he never botches anything. Everything is precise, and he do right in the back. It's just like that's an underrated. He really been underrated his whole career, so I cannot leave him off the list. Kong and Abyss are two underrated wrestlers for me. EJ?
I think to add on to my additional statement, because I'm thinking about people now, I think Fall Out Boy is one of those. And I think it's because of his booking. Like I think Fall Out Boy could really be a force, but like I think because he's booked as a joke, it don't really go like they won't let him be what he can be. They won't let him be what he can be. Dang on it. Face of the year. I don't know if I had any faces that really stuck out this year. Like, Allie, maybe, I don't know. Like, I don't even have any faces that really like heel stuck out to me, but no faces for Impact really was like, yeah, like okay. Because I mean, Johnny was a big face for Impact, but
Ali.
I'm going with Ali. I gotta do it. I gotta go with Ali. I think I could put Scarlett Bordeaux in this one too, because she was the face.
He put in everything, huh?
She was the face of the year, boy. Oh, Casey face of the year for Impact.
This one's tough. Cage, I guess. I mean, he did come in, and he made an impact, and he's a face, and he got all the muscles.
He got too many muscles.
He went to the muscle store and he said, "I want it all."
Rabbit.
I'm gonna have to go. That was tough right there, but I'm gonna have to go with my man before he went heel. It's Eli Drake. He had a TV show.
I thought we was going Moose. I thought we was.
I had to go Eli Drake, man. He had a TV show, and he had the dummies. He had all that going on, man. Out of all the faces, again, that's why I always tell y'all, man, it's the wrestler that makes whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? When Eli Drake gets the belt or when he on the mic, it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? And he A1 platinum on the mic, man. DJ?
I think for actual face of the year, I think I would have to go Moose. Come to think of it, because I think Moose was over when he was a face, and then when he turned, I think it was surprising. We were like, oh, okay, and then we wanted to see what heel Moose looked like. So I think, because I mean, every time Moose come out, like I have to, like it's like a reflex, like like I have to.
Yeah, we wanted to see what heel Moose will look like, and now we're like, okay.
I love heel Moose. Heel Moose is great. That's the greatest heel on the planet. Anyway, speaking of heel and greatest heels on the planet, heel of the year. To me, and like I kind of shared a little bit earlier when I was talking about looking at my superstars of the year and stuff like that. I think the heel of the year, I don't know. Like I'm gonna go a male and a female. My female is Tessa Blanchard, because she talks the talk and then she walks the walk. Like I love Tessa Blanchard. I think she's a great heel. And she's like amazing to listen to. Like you kind of get like mesmerized when you listen to her, just because she hits every note she has to hit. Then on the male side, Sami Callihan, because he took the bat to the man's face, to his eyeball. He broke the man's face, and then he didn't care about it. He used that to get heat on him. He used that to get hate on him. I love Sami Callihan. He's great. One of my favorites. one of my favorites by far. Always been one of my favorites. And I think he deserves a title run in the near future. Casey.
I'm gonna have to agree. Sammy Callahan, heel of the year.
Okay. Rabbit.
It's another trifecta. Gotta go with Callahan, man. Even when he do the little spit in the hand, the palm of his hand, and all that, drop the joint, man, smack in your chest. I like that, man. He was a good heel this year, bro. See that?
Oh Lord, should we go show of the year? Was there any show? Like Redemption, maybe? I don't know. Like show of the year, I don't think I have one. They ain't really had any shows where I was just like, wow. And they don't have enough pay-per-view for to really make a decision.
The last show, the next season about to come.
I think for the Slammies, we had that just in general as like any wrestling show, and like.
True. You're right. I think we misused. Do we want to go with that? Misused this year? Anybody misused? I guess we already did that with underrated, right? We kind of talked about people who was misutilized in the underrated aspect. Disappointment. Was I disappointed by anybody in Impact this year? I mean, like all the other tag teams that they didn't show. I mean,
what they did with Joe Hendry.
True. I was disappointed in the experience of Jimmy Jacobs and Congo Kong. I'm just saying, like, where'd they go though?
That was nice. Yeah. But you're gonna be surprised. I'm disappointed in the Beast, the Monster, and I can't say the rest. See, that's why I was disappointed. I couldn't even say the rest. He lost about 20 in a row.
He went back to greener pastures, to bigger checks, and now he's not doing anything, but he's still getting paid.
He lost like 9 in a row going out, man. He just blew me, man. So that's my biggest disappointment is the Beast.
Also, I think my biggest disappointments was Su Young's character development and title run. Like, I still don't know what Su Young is. I still don't know at all. Anyway. All right, last one.
What about Grotto? What's the category for him? It's not misused. It's overused and unnecessary.
He was misused, dang on it. Grado is a beast. Monster. Can't say the rest. Grado is a cold beast, man. Come on.
Katie, Grotto, all of them. Got to
go. Last one, and this can kind of go into what we're looking forward to from Impact in 2019. I mean, I guess I can say not watching it because I ain't gonna be able to watch the channel. Because I literally like looked up Pursuit on my box. I don't have it. So, Impact, what y'all doing though? I'm just saying. Anyway, but Breakout Star / what are you looking forward to for 2019? Breakout Star, I think that I'm expecting for 2019, and this is the same as I said last night in the Slammies. Killer Cross, man. Killer freaking Cross. And I said it before, I say it again. I hated this man when he debuted. He looked small. He looked like a small guy. Like he didn't look like a beast. Like he didn't look like a guy who would just run you over and leave you laying and leave his old emblem on your chest. Like this man looked small to me. He didn't look tough. He looked just like another guy. And then he went with Aries, and I was like, all right, well, and that ain't do nothing. And then when he finally broke away from Aries, and then recently, in the last couple months, he been clicking. Like his promo's been clicking. I've been loving him in the ring. Like all of it's just coming together now. And I think in 2019, he's gonna have a huge year. I think he's gonna probably have some sort of title run, maybe even a world title run. I think that's gonna happen. I'm also looking forward to Moose's development as a heel. And maybe a world title run for him because, like, is he ever gonna get one? Because, like, I felt like he was like this close. Like, I felt like last year would be the year he would get one, and then he didn't. So, yeah. And I guess I'm just looking. I'm hoping for / looking forward to a better show next year. I think we've been saying this for 2 years. Like, I think we said this last year too, like not last year's in 2018, in 2017 too. when they kind of officially switched to Impact. Last year was kind of when they really started rolling with it with new pay-per-view names and stuff like that. I feel I'm looking forward to better shows because there were times it was just hit and miss. You know, there were times where there was some enjoyable matches. There were some matches that you wanted to come and watch, but they didn't give us those matches every week where we were like, okay, I gotta watch next week's show. And that was something we raved about Impact when it was one of the best shows of the year a couple of years ago. That was what we raved about. And at the same time, I think the biggest thing, like I want to see better shows. I don't want to tune on the Impact and be able to literally like walk away or turn my TV off because I don't want to watch a backstage segment with whoever insert jobber here or whatever. Like I want to like and I need more depth. I need more depth from the roster. Like I'm tired of seeing the same like in WWE we see the same teams and the same people, but like they got choices at least. Impact don't even have the choices like that. So like I don't know. Like I don't know what they got to do to make that work, but that needs to happen. That needs to happen. Casey, breakout star / what you looking forward to from Impact in 2019? You looking forward to them Impact themed pay-per-views, right? You know.
I'm looking forward to them going back to the Asylum days because
when they gonna do that?
Tomorrow, I wish. But
I mean, they went back to the Asylum. Like they went back to it physically.
They need to go back. And that's one thing that I always say about wrestling. Like, keep it simple, stupid. Like, if it's not fixed, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
It's not fixed, don't break it.
No. Like, simplicity is better. This is why I love shows like Ring of Honor and a bunch of different indie shows because it's simple. They're not trying all these like crazy things and like just sometimes you just need to let wrestling be wrestling. You know, you don't need to try bringing, this huge star in or like, bringing these legends in or whatever. Just let your guys do what they have trained, to do. And that's what Impact used to be back in the Asylum days, back when they first started. It was guys that were hungry, guys that have trained their, for years. It was guys that were talented. And they were going in and putting on good shows and good matches. And it wasn't all this crazy, like, let's, take this person from the indies and completely change their character to a point where you don't even know what they are anymore. I just want them to not try so hard. Just do what you used to do.
And start calling people out again. Like, that's what I like. I likes the edginess. I likes the calling people out and stuff. Do that. I mean, I think, I still miss Aaron Ray. I miss it. I do. He did come back. We need a return. We need a return of the year.
I remember his name. Yep.
Rabbit, breakout star / what you looking forward to in 2019.
But like you were saying, better shows you just gotta be better wrestling, better writing. You just got. It ain't even going back to Asylum or nothing. You just gotta do something better than what you did this year. This is ridiculous, man. You gotta have better storyline, get some better writing in there, and some better wrestling. People know how to get on the mic and get some storylines going, man. But my breakout star gonna be Kira Hogan, man. I just think on the mic she comfortable and fluid. Man, she real aggressive and fast in the ring, man. I think she's gonna be the breakout star of the 2019, as far as females are concerned. But like you said, man, going back to Asylum was nice. I mean, it'd be nice. You gotta just do something, man, because this right here, then go to a channel that nobody have. You really gotta start off with a splash. See, only reason I even knew because Dixie had tweeted it. No, it was on Instagram. She put it out. So I responded to the joint like, man, what channel is that? I ain't never even heard of that. You know what I'm saying? She had responded with a smiley face talking about some it's on the she said check your some joints, check your
local list.
Yeah. It ain't on there, trust me. Don't know why you had that, man, you know? It's crazy, man. So, like you said, man, we missed shows this year. I never missed shows. You know what I'm saying? That went like 7 years. I ain't missed one show. You know what I'm saying? Now so I missed I was missing shows. It didn't even matter if I seen it or not. It was just crazy, man. That never happened. You know what I'm saying? So they need to put on better shows, DJ.
And I think it's almost to a point where, and this is my last point, unless I think of something else. It's almost to the point where I enjoy the in-ring product, like regardless of who's in the matches at times. I think there's been some good matches. Like I think they put consistently on good matches. I think the storylines at some points were terrible. Like and there were also and like I said before, there were times where you had this piece of the show where you were like, man, like I do want to watch that match. That's gonna be a good match. Like that's gonna be a match I gotta watch. And then I'm just gonna say, for example, Grado will come on the screen or Joe Hendry will come on the screen and they won't be doing anything actually with them. And you're sitting there like, why do I want to watch this? Why do I care? You know, why do I care that Shotzi Blackheart is here if we know she's gonna leave in 2 weeks? What's the point? So like that's what I want to see more of. I want to see like more consistency. Focus on who's on the roster right now, right? Instead of who we can get for 2 weeks. Get us excited for 2 weeks and then they're gone. That's just it. But anyway. Casey, any additional points? I feel like you got some words.
And especially now with a lot of changes going on in wrestling in general. You know, the Young Bucks and, you know, Cody Rhodes and a couple other wrestlers are starting their own promotion. And they have the backing and financial help of, I think, the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So right there, you know, you got to step up your game because they have a backing of, you know, a billionaire, and they have some really good talent already confirmed on their roster. So Impact has to step it up because there's a lot of good wrestling out there, and if they don't step it up, they're going to be left behind.
On the bright side, this is the first year I think I didn't hear TNA's going out of business. Well, they couldn't say TNA technically, but this is the first time I feel like this is the first year where I really didn't hear that like throughout the year. Like this might be the first time in a long time. What do you say?
Dixie don't own it. She own it every 2 weeks.
Like this is the first time. Like nobody said it had to be saved before a pay-per-view or anything. Like I'm in shock. Like I'm still like in shock. But as we sign off, Best of Impact 2018, in our opinions, we gave them. If you're just tuning in, you're a little bit late. Scroll back, you know, and find what you need to find. But be sure to hit that subscribe button for us. We got more Impact videos coming up, more discussions, more reviews, and everything like that coming up here in the near future. We also saw, this year, the unfortunate end. Officially, it was a whole year. We went without TNA. So, I mean, that was the key ending to the videos. But anyway, be sure to give us a like and comment your thoughts on Impact this year. If you thought it sucked, let us know you thought it sucked. If you thought it was great, let us know you thought it was great. If you thought it was in between, let us know you thought it was in between. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and sign off here. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, ICW_podcast. Be sure to like the Facebook page, facebook.com/ICW podcast, and all that good jazz. We'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks, Rabbit, Casey, and of course, your boy, me. That's my name. It's me. My name is me. My name is me. Your boy. Your boy Joe Zero. Anyway, but we'll see you guys on the next one. See ya. Bye. Happy New Year, I guess. We 10 days late, but